What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Ringside exclusive WWE Ultimate Steiner Brothers. Now, this is a pretty cool set that I've been looking forward to. I do love my old school wrestlers, and with this being a Ringside exclusive, it does come in that pretty cool 2-pack box. Now, they do sell the figures individually, but if you get it as a set, then they do come in this box. And it's got a picture of both of them. You got the Steiners, you got their exclusive logo, you get the Ultimate Edition on the side. The back, you get Steiner Brothers on the side, 93. And I love these boxes. Every time they do these Ultimate 2-packs, they just look really, really cool. I've got the Outsiders one that I did a review on before, and then I've still got my Usos for the Bloodline set, which is pretty cool. I do like these, but I do think just for space saving, I think these boxes are gone. But I do think they look really, really nice. Again, you got the Outsider set, you got the Uso set, now you got the Steiners, and it makes you like, what's next? You know, which one is coming out next? And I'm thinking maybe a really nice Heart Foundation or the Legion of Doom. You know, I think that would be pretty awesome. So we'll see, and I can't wait to see what kind of box they come out with. I don't think I'll have these to be able to like show with them, but you know, it's a pretty cool thing if you're keeping them in the box and hanging on to it, that sort of thing, or even if you're putting them back in the box, it's pretty cool. So we'll get them out of here. So outside of that collector's box, you've got Rick and Scott in the normal Ultimate packaging, and they look pretty cool. You can see all their different accessories, different head sculpts. You got their like varsity jackets. You get the really nice look for both of them, and that classic look. Of course, you got the windows. You've got the side pictures, Rick and Scott. You got their bios. Pretty crazy. Get the other side. Back to that window. Let's get them open and check them out. All right, so here is Rick and Scott outside of the packaging, and they look pretty awesome. Really cool. I expected nothing less out of these 2-packs, man. Those exclusive 2-packs are done really, really well so far. And you know, I really like the Steiner Brothers. Loved them when I was younger. I was really hoping they would keep that pace. You know, you have the Usos, you have the Outsiders, you got the Steiners now. Every figure that comes out of this 2-pack set, an exclusive set, I'm going to have high expectations because they continue to deliver with this. So you got Rick and Scott. Going to have pretty similar articulation, but the builds are different. You can see them there. I guess we'll start with Rick real quick. So you got Rick here. And he looks really, really awesome. I think they did a really good job with the sculpt on him. The build on him looks really nice, you know. Doesn't really come across as like a similar body to any other of the Ultimate type figures. You got him in this numbered singlet. That looks really good. You got the tattoo. One on the other side, dog face gremlin. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think one thing that's cool is the boots. You can see their different styles. Really cool. Then you've got that face that's on him now. You get this little like barking face. Looks a little wild to me. Looks a little crazy. I don't know how much I like that. Then you get this other face. More of like just an angry in the zone face. You get 2 C clamp hands on him. And then you get these 2 like open palm hands. Grabbing hands. Then you get 2 closed fists. And you can see he's got tape around his knuckles or the fingers. And then one of the cool accessories I thought was really cool for both of them is they both have the that Letterman's jacket that looks really, really cool. You've got the yellow on there, which is like a and like a shiny plastic material. Really cool to kind of give you that leather type look. There's Velcro on the front, nice soft material here. There's yellow here to imitate the pockets, but they don't work, they don't function. But I mean, I think this jacket looks really, really awesome. And they both come with that. Now for articulation, head does look up and down, side to side, tilts just a little bit. Diaphragm cut. That does move really nice. Butterfly joints that go way back, really nice. T-pose, upper bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, peg and hinge for the hands. You got a waist cut with that diaphragm, which is nice. Then you got the drop down hips, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. You get a cut here like a calf cut because this boot is shorter than this boot cut. So it's really cool that they left that in there or put that in there. I kind of expected it to be just at the bottom, but I think that works for this. And that's pretty much it for it. Now for Scott, I think they did a pretty good job also. That face sculpt is, I don't know if it's like 100% perfect, but I see what they were doing with it. I think it's pretty cool and pretty good. I do like that singlet that they got on him, the colors. It looks pretty awesome. Nice skin tone. I think they both had really nice skin tones. Got the boots, knee pads, the back. Pretty crazy. Similar style articulation. Up and down. Hair gets in the way at the back. And tilting. You've got the T-pose, upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows, all that good stuff. Diaphragm with the waist cut. That's about as far down as you're going if you want to slam somebody. Drop down hips, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot cuts. And that's pretty much it for his articulation, which is pretty similar. Just that the body build is different, which is nice. Now for accessories, he did have the like more of a smiling head sculpt. They look a little strange. I don't even know what this one is supposed to be. More like a it's not really like a stern or aggressive one. Concentrating. I don't know. Could have been done just a little bit better. You got those C hands on him. You get the open palm hands. We're going to press somebody, or choke them out, grab them, body slam. You get two fists. Throwing some punches. No tape on him. He doesn't do that. And he also gets his own jacket. So here's Rick and Scott with their jackets on. Rick has the alternate hands and the head on there. I think I'm going to leave Scott like this because I don't really care for his alternate head sculpts that much. I like this angrier, grittier face for Rick, and I wish Scott kind of had something similar, I guess. But yeah, I think this is the way I'm going to leave them. The only thing for me is when I display them, are they going to keep the jackets on or off? I'm not sure. And I wonder if it's my lights or something like that, but I feel like the jacket colors don't match as well either. I think the one that came with Scott is just a little bit more yellow versus that yellow-orange that Rick has. And I don't think that's the lights. I think that's actually the way that it just ended up turning out. So, yeah, they don't really match too well there. But that's okay. I don't know if that's like the way it's supposed to be, but maybe because it's like that, I might not even display them like that. It looks pretty good, and it's just when you're really, really concentrating that you start to notice the little thing like that. But you can see their wristbands don't really match, and the bottom of the waist doesn't. But that could just be the way their jackets actually were. So I'm not sure on that. I don't remember. I just remember them in my head just having similar jackets, but that's it. And then for the most part, I don't. When I think of them in the jackets, they're similar like this. But when I think of them themselves, I don't think of them in the jackets at all. So But I do remember these singlets, and maybe I'll leave them out like that because of that's how I remember them. You know, so overall, I think pretty cool figures. Let's get some. Maybe I'll get some other classic tag teams with them. All right, here's Rick and Scott next to the Legion of Doom. We've got those Road Warriors. We've got Hawk and Animal. They are older figures. I think they were single carded when they first came out, if I remember right, and I had to find both of them single carded to put them together. And these are elite figures, so they don't have that extra articulation, which makes them just a tiny bit shorter when it comes to Ultimate figures. So, but even with that said, Hawk, they had him as a taller, skinnier guy, which is perfect. And for some reason, he lines up pretty much really well with Scott here, and then Animal lines up with Rick pretty good. Uh, Man, I love those Road Warriors. Man, they're pretty awesome figures to this date. And there are some newer ones that just came out from Ringside. I don't know how that works, or if they're related to the Mattel line. I'm not sure, honestly, about those guys, but the figures do look amazing. And I know it was hard to get these figures for a lot of people. I was able to find them pretty easy back in the day, but you know, a lot of collectors come in later and try to put them together. And I know there is another set, which is pretty cool. But with it being a set, it's not part of, I guess, the Ultimate set. I don't know if that's like a contract thing or something like that. So um, I don't believe they have the same articulation, and they don't come in like an awesome box like the Steiners and the Usos and the Outsiders did. But yeah, these guys look cool, and that's a nice little throwback to some old school wrestling. Here they are next to some larger guys. We've got the natural disasters. We've got Earthquake and Typhoon, which is really awesome to see them next to the Steiners. You can see that even though they're elite scale and they were some large guys, you can see that in the elite style, they're still larger than the Steiners as ultimates, which is pretty cool. Really awesome that they scale that way and look really good. Another nice throwback to some old school tag teams. And of course, you know, from doing tag teams, I'm going to throw in the Usos. And they look like they scale pretty good with the Steiners in a way, I guess, maybe. They're both in that ultimate style. So they're both going to have the extra joints that makes them just a little bit taller. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure if these guys were to really see them in real life and stand next to them in real life, I feel like the Steiners would make the Usos look really tiny. Like these guys are the Steiners are just massive and just freaks of nature. I mean, they were doing some wild stuff. So imagine the Usos getting like a Frankensteiner or something like that. It'd be awesome. All right, so that's gonna be it. This review. Um, Overall, some really awesome figures. Again, I love those 2 packs that Ringside does. They look really amazing. I think they do a little bit extra for them. I love the choice of the singlets that these guys came with. Only downside I think was I wish Scott had some better head sculpts. But other than that, no real complaints about these guys. They didn't have the same uh, body, the buck. I'm glad they didn't do that. You know, real would have been real easy to do that. I think they do that with a lot of figures, and I just love that they didn't go that direction for these guys. Um, I feel like Scott maybe could have been just a little bit bigger. I mean, he's a massive dude, and the Rick sculpt looks really awesome. He's big, but he's not super cut. And Scott back then wasn't also very super cut, but he was still really, really large. You know, he wasn't in this big Papa Pump uh, stage or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I had him sitting here to the side somewhere, easy to grab. Very lucky. We've got the Elite Scott Steiner next to that version. So you can see he's a little bit more cut, and I think he's got a bigger upper body on this Elite style. He's just a little bit shorter because he doesn't have the extra joint. But I think the head sculpt on this guy looks, you know, really good. and they look similar. And you can tell they've changed over time, which is good. So I mean, it is a pretty nice head sculpt. I just wish he came with the extra one that was more gritty face like Rick. So yeah, very really cool. And I hope we do get an ultimate version of this guy at some point, because when he got shredded, that was just a whole new, genetic freak type stuff. I didn't get the Rick. I know there's another Rick out there, a little more modern, where he has the leather jacket and spikes and stuff, dog collar. But I don't have that version. I'm hoping to get that version at some point. But yeah, that's it for this review. Again, it's really nice to get these guys in there. A nice classic tag team. Nice little throwback to when I was growing up. So um, really, nostalgic and just really awesome to see. And then you get them in there with other tag teams, and it just starts to look even more amazing. So yeah, hopefully I showed you guys, as always, everything that maybe you would need to see, want to see, help you out, decide whether you want to get this set or not, track it down. I am liking these 2-packs, me personally. So yeah, I'll continue to pick them up, because so far, I think this is the third set that they did like that. Started with Usos, then Outsiders, then the Steiners, in that box that comes with the extra box, that shipping box style. But as far as they keep making them, if it's something that like appeals to me, I won't pick up anything just to like get it. But like if it's like something that really hits home to like my childhood, this era of wrestling, that sort of thing too, I'll pick it up. Because I have high hopes for them so far. I think they're nailing them. So yeah, that's it. I will catch y'all in the next one. Later, guys.